Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Player Series that we're running here on the YouTube page. Happy to have you back in. Today, we're going to look at Baker Mayfield. Is he everything that we wanted for Carolina, or is he just another dud? Adam, hit that intro. Boom! Mayfield got traded to the Carolina Panthers. Not a huge package either, a fifth. We kind of knew this was probably always coming. He wasn't playing for Cleveland, let's be honest. Baker Mayfield made my buy list for the longest time for a few simple reasons. He was the first overall pick, and he was going to play somewhere. Now we know where that somewhere is going to be. I don't know if we anticipated that it would take this long for a deal to get done, but Carolina seems like a logical landing spot for him. Matt Corral, Sam Darnold, not much else there. Not a lot of inspiration at the quarterback position. Now, is Baker Mayfield better than that? I think it comes down to one important question that you need to ask yourself. Do you think last year was the real Baker Mayfield, or do you believe that shoulder injury hindered him in his ability to throw the football? Because if you believe that is the fact that the shoulder injury did affect him, then let's go back and look at the season before when he was fully healthy. Because I do think that shoulder injury played a big part in why Baker Mayfield looked so bad last year. The year before, number 2 in the entire league in money throws. Number 2 in money throws. Care of playerprofiler.com. He only had 10 interceptable passes that he threw all year. 10. Very good. Very good if you only throw 10 passes that should have been picked off or could have been picked off. Number 6 in deep ball completion percentage. Yay us. DJ Moore. If Robbie Anderson's still there, maybe Terrace Marshall takes a actual step forward and does something worth a shit outside of preseason. I like deep ball accuracy. And number 9 in total QBR for the entire league. Now, I don't know how predictive or sticky QBR is as a stat, but I know if you're in the top 10 for quarterbacks, it's generally a good thing. It can't be a bad thing. Now let's look at a situation. Carolina. We know they have weapons. Everybody loves DJ Moore. Everybody seemed to love Terrace Marshall last year. He kind of disappeared. But DJ Moore, Mr. Consistent. And Christian McCaffrey. If we're projecting a healthy Christian McCaffrey and you're in on Christian McCaffrey, this is a good move. Good move for Baker too, having a guy like CMC and DJ Moore. And then let's look at one of their biggest issues last year. The offensive line was atrocious. And what they do? They went out and drafted Ike Ekwonu. Top 10 pick. And for the longest time there, it was also kind of a battle of, does he go number 1 overall at offensive tackle? Didn't end up happening, but he still went top 10 to the Carolina Panthers. Nice little addition and upgrade for their offensive line. I'm not going to say it fixes everything, but getting a talent like him on the offensive line certainly doesn't hurt. What are some of the reasons that I was in on Baker Mayfield, and I'll still be in on Baker Mayfield going forward? Let's look at top QBs just around the league, top picks in the NFL draft at the QB position. No matter really what they do, unless they have something crazy that happens to them, terrible work ethic, just massive busts like a Josh Rosen or a Jamarcus Russell, if you can remember that far back, they generally carry a lot of clout in the NFL. Teams are willing to take shots and multiple shots on these guys because the talent they believe is there, and they think they can mold them or fix them or put them in a system that everybody else was doing it wrong, and now they'll fix them. So with a guy like Baker Mayfield, as we see now, he's going to get multiple chances to prove himself. So if we look at guys like Jameis Winston or Marcus Mariota or Carson Wentz, Sam Darnold, Now on the Carolina Panthers with Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff. They give them multiple opportunities to prove themselves or to try to fix whatever issues that they're having. So I feel very comfortable that even if Baker Mayfield doesn't play lights out this year or get back to his 2020 form, that his next destination, there'll still be somebody who's willing to, take one more shot at him. And especially if you look at a guy like Carson Wentz. Didn't work out in Philly, unfortunately for me and my Eagles fandom. Didn't work out his 1 year in Indianapolis. And Washington is like, hold my beer. You guys have been doing it all wrong. We got him. We're going to fix him this year. So something to think about, especially when it comes to a former 101 overall pick in Baker Mayfield. Now, I think value-wise, it comes down to two simple questions. One question, two parts. Are you in or are you out? If you're in on Baker Mayfield, I think he just becomes a hold for you. You want to see what happens. You believe in him. I don't think you're going to get the return that you want in order to move off of him. So you just got to sit there and hold him. But if you don't believe him, or maybe in the case of the value being too good, which is something I'll touch on here, I think any future first gets it done. I will ship away Baker Mayfield for any future first. 23, 24, doesn't matter. Full send. Get him off my team and move on with my life. Adios, Baker. See you later. But I don't think there's any reason to settle for a couple seconds at this point. This is something that I talked about with Ray today. He has an offer, a couple seconds for Baker Mayfield. What's going to change between now, July, beginning of July, to September? Nothing much. Outside of a catastrophic injury, his value isn't going to tank. It might actually go up a little bit. You get some training camp reports that Baker Mayfield looks sharp, has a good connection with DJ Moore, guaranteed to win the job. Right now, there's still that uncertainty that, well, maybe Sam Darnold beats him out, or maybe they really like Matt Corral. You have time to have the opposite effect where Baker Mayfield looks great. He's throwing. He's really accurate to DJ Moore. He's head and shoulders above the other two quarterbacks in this QB competition. So if that happens, 2 seconds now is going to kind of seem like selling a little bit too early. Selling at 75% of what the stock could be worth. So I wouldn't do it for 2 seconds. But there are some pivots at players, specifically at the quarterback position, that I think is very fair. So when I redid my ranks with the Baker Mayfield trade and sat down and really looked at it, I would pivot off of him maybe. This is a maybe. 50-50 for Davis Mills. Now that depends on how you feel about Davis Mills and depends how you feel about Baker Mayfield. But I think they're very close. Very, very close. One just has draft capital, one does not. If you like Davis Mills more, make that trade. Make it. Go out. Do it now. What are you waiting for? Go send it. Other ones I definitely would be making the trade for on any type of contender that I had, I'd send him away for Matt Ryan right now. Easy. I will take Matt Ryan over Baker Mayfield on my team. Ryan Tannehill. I would much rather have Ryan Tannehill on my team than Baker Mayfield on a contender. Tom Brady, and then one that I got done just yesterday. After the Baker Mayfield, I can't even take credit for it because it was sent to me. I didn't scheme this up. I would trade away Baker Mayfield for Kenny Pickett. And I actually have done it. I will take my Kenny Pickett over Baker Mayfield any day of the week. The other question I think we need to ask ourselves, is this good or bad for DJ Moore? I'm kind of indifferent. I don't think it's good or bad for DJ Moore. Realistically, it's probably a slight upgrade. I don't know how much better of a quarterback Baker is than Sam Darnold, but I think I can agree with everybody. He probably is better. I just don't know by how much. DJ Moore, it's not really the quarterback situation that I worry about. It's the fact that the Carolina offense just doesn't throw touchdown passes, so DJ Moore doesn't get the opportunity to catch touchdown passes. So until Matt Rule's gone or they make a massive change to their philosophy, I don't know if a quarterback upgrade is going to change anything or not. So you look at Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham didn't really work out for him. I hope that's not the case with DJ Moore, but time will tell. I hope it's just a little bit of a slight upgrade and we'll feel a little bit better about our DJ Moore shares, our DJ Moore love. The one player I can tell you that it's definitely better for is Christian McCaffrey. Baker Mayfield loves to check down to the running backs. Hence why Kareem Hunt held so much value for the last couple of years. Baker Mayfield also doesn't turn the football over like Sam Darnold. That is one thing I can definitely say that he's better at than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is a turnover machine. Now, last year, Baker wasn't very good in the turnover department, but again, if we're going to follow the narrative of a bad shoulder, I can understand a little bit. Because the year before, like I'd mentioned earlier, only 10 interceptable passes, number 9 in QBR, and number 2 in money throws. So Baker Mayfield, good for CMC, indifferent for DJ Moore. And that's all I got on Baker Mayfield. So time to nut up or shut up. Get out there and make your Baker Mayfield deals or go acquire him if you can get him for cheap. Maybe toss out a couple seconds of your own. If you really believe in Baker Mayfield, that might get it done. I think the days of the mid-second round pick about a month ago where you could go get Baker Mayfield are over. So I hope you paid attention to us, patreon.com/South Harmon, and our buy list in the buy list tier. Love you guys. We're out of here. Peace.